What is up, DTube Steam blockchain? So I got this thing that I quickly wanted to talk about because I feel it was so genius expressed, and I usually or yeah, sometimes you hear these great things that's just like this great to put in a video to sort of try to explain how, let's say, your mind works. So okay, so love and surrender. I want to talk a little bit about today because and you can put this concept of love and surrender, you can put it on anything. Can be relationships, can be something else in your life. For example, it can be about, well, the way I see it now is eventually what I think is eventually people are going to have to love and surrender to intelligence, and basically surrender to expanding their borders of ignorance and evolve. And I heard this great thing then that, well, and that can help to explain this. So a girl, instead of being nice, you have a girl that's fantastic, and just because she's fantastic, she need not she need not to be nice. And you can almost say it in some ways also that a good girl, if she's not a good girl, she's fantastic. She's a fantastic girl, and if it's a fantastic girl, then she need not need to be good. So what you're trying to get at here is that there is so so what you're trying to get at here is, when you say nice girl or good girl, you're trying to get at duality, that there is almost like a it's trying to make you consider a dimension, I think, beyond a little bit the good and bad, or the nice or and horrible or something like that, by using the word fantastic. And that if a girl may not be nice, but she's fantastic. I love that sort of idea because, I mean, I have, you kind of get this personal experience also with that. It's like she's not nice girl, but she is fantastic. And this is something that is like, it's very hard to sort of you can't it can be hard to understand because it sounds like it doesn't really make any sense, and it's because you're not trying to look at it from let's say, a sensible way. It's like you don't you experience a female, and if you experience a female, she may not be nice, but she is fantastic. So love and surrender, how does that connect? Well, it's very interesting. That I think a lot of people, they will not want to surrender to to intelligence. They're gonna deny it a long time, so they wanna stay in, let's say, nice. It's very nice, but they're never gonna know the fantastic dimension, because the fantastic dimension may not be logical. It may not fit into someone's head. Does that make any sense? Or it probably doesn't make any sense. But I'm trying to get at this from an angle that is like, if you consider the idea of love and surrender, especially love and surrender. I mean, it sounds like so much woo-woo talk. Um, it sounds insane in many ways, but you can look at it. If you look at it, for example, from a relationship perspective, if you take love and that people are saying fall in love, that something basically from a person has to fall so they can sort of become one with, let's say, another person. And that is sort of what I'm trying to get at here, is that idea that she may not be nice, but she is fantastic. And then she doesn't need to be nice. So that's kind of hilarious, sort of, to look at it in that way, I think. And yeah, I mean, I really think people are going to be in denial, that they're going to really be against artificial intelligence. I don't think people eventually will be able to, or it will look insane for them, for a lot of people, to have a good view on artificial intelligence. I think a lot of people, if they use their logical mind, they are gonna see it as something against them, like a threat, because it can do the stuff that they are already doing. And take this thing with like doing stuff in the world. If a person, let's say, loves and surrenders, they don't have to do all this stuff, right? They can have other competent people, they're doing competent stuff in their field, and they can just focus on doing, sort of trying to do what sort of they are doing, and trying to contribute what sort of they are good at. Like, you don't have to do everything in this world. And I think that people are going to realize that eventually with artificial intelligence, that, well, humans have been in this mode a very long time, that you have to think, you have to you have to put high significance on human thoughts. But now I think we're going to enter a dimension or a time period. I mean, you already see that, right? That a time period where memory will become sort of meaningless because a machine can do it way better than humans, and in a way, then humans, in a way, sort of have to surrender, or they don't have to, but it seems that, I mean, we can't remove intelligence, right? It's going to do all the memory stuff. It's going to do it way better than human. It's going to have way better thoughts because it have limitless data, and always new data in a speed that's way faster than you can sort of pick up data. So it seems like humans are going to have to eventually surrender into some sort of some, they have to surrender to intelligence. It looks like that, right? And I think there's going to be a lot of resistance because, well, I know that a lot of people that just want to look at everything with intellectual, they're really obsessed, or a lot of them really dislike artificial intelligence. But I mean, if you look, if you're hearing the word artificial intelligence, it's like it's intelligent. Anything that's intelligent is clearly intelligent. Clearly, it's not good, but I mean, it's intelligence. We need more intelligence. Like, the more intelligence we have, like, how can intelligence not be intelligent, or how can intelligence, more of it? The more intelligence humans have, or society have, it's better because can do stuff way faster. So this concept of love and surrender is kind of interesting. Um, if you look at it, especially with relationships and and how humans look at things, how humans are sort of different, that there is an aspect, kind of a sweetness of emotion with the human being, that a girl that may not be nice but is fantastic can express a certain sweetness of emotion, that you can sort of that you can feel, that you can sort of experience. And it's like trying to explain this concept of, oh, it's not she's not nice, she's fantastic. It's in a way, trying to explain that beauty. It's in a way of it, like trying to explain a flower, like how a flower smells like. And it's only, like, let's say, an experience a human can have inside of themselves when they are, let's say, experiencing this sort of concept. It can be with a person. They can probably apply it to other things as well. This concept of oh, this is not nice, but it is fantastic. You can probably apply that sort of concept on sort of many things, and you can probably apply it to artificial intelligence also. That artificial intelligence may not be nice, but it is fantastic. So, uh, and you sort of see this in many ways, like now with the internet in Switzerland, they sort of have these structures that they have built outside of CERN, and then you start to look at how the internet itself is starting. It's like an experiment in many ways, and it's almost like you're gonna have a more interesting beings that's gonna have more room to sort of express themselves when when they're not so stuck in doing menial tasks or sitting at some kind of boring job, because you can have some sort of AI that does it instead. Then you can sort of start to dive deeper into what a human being is, what they're doing here, and how different human beings can be, the level of sweetness of emotions humans can have, the different experience humans can have, and all these aspects that humans really haven't had that much time to observe in the past. So it's going to be really interesting to see this. So yeah, love and surrender to artificial intelligence. I think that eventually that's something that humans are gonna do, use as they did sort of to machine, and that they're eventually gonna enjoy the benefits of it. And I'm gonna think more about this concept of not a nice girl, uh, but she is fantastic. I mean, I love that. Um, so yeah, that's what I want to talk a little bit about today. Have a great day, DTube and the Steam blockchain. Bye bye.